How many have seen a light bulb? Please tell me you've seen a light bulb. If you haven't, where have you been? Look up. Look up. Man, we got light bulbs everywhere, don't we? You got one here, you got one there, you got some back there. Shh. So the light bulb is an interesting thing. Because the light bulb, as you just saw, was invented years and years and years ago. What is the purpose of it? Somebody tell me, raise your hand. Yes. To light up. Let's go a little further than that. Somebody else, tell me what is the purpose of a light bulb? Yes, young man with the iron arms there, yes. Do what? Light up an area. So it's not just about one little spot, it's about lighting up a huge area. Like in your yard, you have spotlights or floodlights. Yes. 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 Emergencies, like that. You see that exit light? On the left and right side of it, there's an emergency light. It comes on when we lose power, so you know how to get out. And then there's a light behind the exit sign that's illuminating the words exit. All of these are reasons why we have lights. And it's really simple, really. For me, it's just I want to see what I'm doing. For you, it might be you want to go in the woods and use a flashlight to see where you're going. Or maybe it's a night light in the bathroom so you're not scared at night. But lights and the light bulb is very important. Just as important as you are. Because you're a light too. See, the thing about a light bulb, the identity of the light bulb is a source of light produced by power. This cannot come on unless it has this, which is power. It's impossible. Unplug it, it shuts off. The light source, the power source, is from electricity. The light can't come on without power. Without what? Power. So, you are the same way. Did you realize that the same goes for you as a Christian? Because the Bible says you're a light. And you're not just any kind of light, you're a very special, bright light. So, I need some help with this, and I want to kind of explain it. Out of Ephesians 5:8, it says this, for we, or you and me, all of us, were one time in darkness because we weren't Christians. We didn't have light in our life, so we're kind of lost in darkness. But now are you light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light. You and me as Christians, if you're a Christian, are a bright light. You don't live in darkness. So let me see here. Let's get, we don't choose anybody that raises their hand. I just want to look for somebody that's sitting up straight, hands in your lap, feet on the floor. If you raise your hand, you're just not, you're just acting up. I don't want you to get out of your seat or anything. I just want you to really focus. Shh. Can you help me? All right. I see you shaved your head. You look amazing. Let's give him a big hand, would you please? Mason shaved his head for Logan. I wish it was for me, but it goes further than just being bald. It's because Logan, right? We're praying for Logan, aren't we? That's great. All right, I'm going to get a girl to help me too, okay? Can you help me? All right. Come on. Give her a big hand. It's not like you're doing magic or anything like that. You're just going to chill here. You're just going to stand over here because you represent something special, okay? All right? I'm going to give you a name tag. And you're going to represent something special too, but you'll see in a minute why. See, this is a what? Okay. And this is going to represent a Christian. This is a what? Christian. See, he's a Christian. Great. This is a what? And this is a what? Christian. And this sign is going to show, not to say this is true, it's just okay. She's a non-Christian, means she's not a Christian, okay? She's a what? Non-Christian. Yeah, she's never had Jesus in her life. We're just pretending, right? Yeah, because I know you're a Christian. So I'm going to give you a light bulb to hold, okay? Can you hold that? and I'm going to give you a light bulb to hold, okay? Now, this light bulb has power because of electricity. Because of what? And you, my friend, you too are like a light bulb because you're a Christian. And you're powered by, let's flip this without strangling you. Hold this right here. Because of who? Jesus. Because Jesus. That's where your power comes from. Not power like a superhero, but the ability to be a bright light. I'm going to use this and turn your light on, okay? So you, on the other hand, because you're a non-Christian, something's missing. See, he is powered by who? Jesus. So he can be a bright light. Just like the light bulb is powered by electricity, you're powered by Jesus, so you have a light to show the world because the Bible says for us to walk as children of light. That means you're the child of God, you're going to be a bright light, but over here, this is really sad. Why isn't your light bulb on? Because on the backside of here, we see in your heart, it's empty. Something's missing. What's missing? Jesus. What's missing? Jesus. Yes. See, Jesus is a necessity for the power to be a bright light. So here's what the Bible says. Matthew 5, verse 14. Sit up straight. Open your ears. I say eyeballs, you say what? Click means your eyes click forward to listen and pay attention to what's going on in front of you. That means you don't talk. You just listen. Ye are the light of the world. Ye are the light of what? The world. If you're a Christian, then we are the light of the world. You're a Christian. You're a Christian, and Jesus is in you. And because Jesus is in you, hold that up high, you can be a bright light. You're the light of the world. You can make a difference. You can help people that can't see in darkness because they're lost and empty inside. She is not the light of the world. She's struggling. She's a non-Christian. Her light is out. She needs to know what is the purpose of life, because if she don't find out, she's going to start filling her heart with things she shouldn't fill it with. That's why kids get around the wrong kids and start doing what they do, because they think it's the thing to do. Because they don't know what to do with their life because they're not following Jesus, who tells us what to do with our life. So she starts doing things her way and listening to her friends because she thinks that's going to make her happy. That's going to give her strength, power, if you would. But it doesn't work that way. We start putting stuff in our life that isn't right when we don't have Jesus in our heart. We put stuff in our life that we think is going to make us happy. Yes. Like boys, sometimes you're going to find yourself looking at things you shouldn't look at. On Netflix, pay attention. Shh, pay attention. We find ourselves doing things on social media and sometimes on YouTube and watching. Hey, you got a favorite YouTuber, but not all YouTubers are good. And you just start filling your heart with those things because they make you happy, but that's not what Jesus wants. But you don't know Jesus if you're not a Christian, so you just fill in your heart with everything you possibly can just to be happy. But that isn't going to make you a light. That isn't going to give you power. Those things are not going to help you. But over here, Jesus is helping this guy. We are the light of the world. We are the light of the what? And as Christians, because Jesus is in us, we are able to be a bright light for all to see. But if you're not a Christian, you're empty inside, you have no power, and you're living in darkness, and that is scary. How many have ever been in a cave? Raise your hand. Yes. Caves, if you go into a cave, you can put your hand down. If you go in a cave that doesn't have a tour guide and you're all by yourself, whoo, it is terrifying. In Alabama, where I was growing up, I would go to a cave called Huey Cave. It's a creepy cave and it's huge. When you first get in, you climb down like a steep slope, and then when you get to the bottom, it's as big as this right here. And then you go through these little spots, and then you climb down into a crack, and then you go to another layer of the cave. But you can't see your hand in front of your face. It's that dark. Without light, I can't see where I'm going. I always want to carry a flashlight, but when I was a kid, we didn't have good flashlights. We would go to the Dollar Tree and get these little flashlights that had a cheap bulb in it. They were junk. And me and my friends were going caving, and all of us bought like 3 flashlights apiece because you don't want to run out of light. Because if you run out of light in a cave, you can't get out of the cave. Yes, you can't see. So a flashlight broke, another flashlight broke, another flashlight broke. Before I knew it, we had one flashlight and we were like 2 miles down in the cave. And those flashlights back then were not called LED. They were horrible flashlights. But if I didn't have that one light, I could have never found my way out. I needed that light to guide me out. You see, Jesus uses people like this to help people like this find their way to him. Because people like this need Jesus. So they're no longer walking in darkness, because walking in darkness is scary. And you can't do it, because if you do it, you're going to end up in a bad spot. Now, this is important for you to understand. As a Christian, the Bible says here in that same verse, you're like a city at night that has all kinds of lights, and it can't be hid because it's so bright. How many ever been in an airplane? Raise your hand. Have you ever been in an airplane at night? Raise your hand. Have you ever lifted out the window and saw a city and all the bright lights? Have you ever got to do that? Oh, man. I flew over a city like LA, and it was so bright at night, you could see it so far away. And the Bible says you are like a city lit up at night on a hill. You're so bright, and people like this are looking at you so they can find their way, like I was trying to find my way through the cave. But here's a problem. You are the light of the world. But if you let sin get in your life and you get away from Jesus, the Bible describes it as this: putting a basket over your light. Is that as bright as it was before? It's harder to see, right? Because the Bible says this: neither can men or women light a candle, put it under a bushel or a basket, and expect it to be seen. You can't take the light of Jesus, hide it under a basket, and make a difference. This is what this is. This is called sin. This is called, I don't want my friends to know about Jesus. I don't want to talk about church. I'm ashamed. Well, guess what? You doing that and acting like that is covering up the light for people like this to see. If you say, well, I don't know. It's so hard to talk about Jesus. I just don't want to. That's putting a basket over your light. Oh, I'd rather just do whatever my friends are doing. Whatever they do, I do. You just put a basket over your light. If they cuss, I cuss. If they watch it, I watch it. If they say it, I say it. If they're mean to somebody, I'm mean to that person. That's just putting a basket over your light. You are making it hard for people like her to see, because you are allowing sin to get in the way. And Jesus made it very clear in his word. You're the light of the world. We are brighter as we get closer to Jesus and keep the sin out of our life. Because if you allow this to get in the way, she will never be able to have Jesus in her heart. And this is the best part of this verse. Verse 15 says, let your light so shine before men, people, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Can you see that light? Yeah. It's pretty bright, isn't it? If we were to cut off all the lights, I bet you, both of you, could see just fine with that light right there. See, the reason why he has a light in his life is because he's meant to help people like you see the way. And when you start seeing him act right, and you start seeing him keep the sin out of his life, you will want what he has. Unhappy people want to get around happy people because they want to know, why are you so happy? What makes you so bright? What is it in your life? Oh, it's Jesus. And people like this are going, well, I don't have that, but I see your light and how bright it is. I want to know because of your good works and the character you have and the kindness you have and the fruit of the Spirit you have. I want to be like you. So you're going to come over here and you're going to help her. Okay? So you stand right here. And by you getting close to her, she's going to learn about being a light. And when she learns about Jesus, she might ask Jesus in her heart and become a Christian. And now she can let her light shine. You know why? Because you didn't allow things like sin to dim your light. We are the light of the world. We are the light of the what? We are brighter as we get closer to Jesus. We're brighter as we get closer to who? And this makes it hard to get close to Jesus. That's making it where there's a disconnect. You ever had a flashlight and it kept on going out? And you hit the flashlight? Doesn't that drive you crazy? That's like a Christian getting away from Jesus, and Jesus is saying, stop it. You're flickering the light. I want you to keep everything away that's sin so people like this can learn about me and ask Jesus in their life, because the reason why we are meant to shine so others can experience Jesus and they become a Christian. Now, are you shining for Jesus? Are you as bright as you possibly can be for Jesus? Well, if you're not, then your light might be out. And the reason your light might be out right now is because you're empty inside. Some of you have given your life to Jesus and you're a Christian and you know it. You've asked Jesus in your heart this week, but there's some in here you've never given your life to Jesus and you're empty inside. You're unhappy. You feel like you're walking in darkness and you feel like you're all alone. Sit up straight, hands your lap, feet on the floor. Shh. But it's time to stop living in darkness. You were meant to be the light of the world and shine bright. Now I'm going to show you something. Let's take this off you, okay? They're going to give you a big hand. Go ahead and give him a big hand, would you please? Oh, she's a Christian now. Give her a big hand too. The brighter we are, the closer we get to Jesus. Some of you, right now, you're not a light at all. Or you're a really dim light. You're a Christian, but nobody would know it because you don't act like a Christian. You're very dim and it's not bright. Or maybe you're not lit up for Jesus at all. You're not bright. You're not shining because Jesus doesn't live in you. But Jesus wants to live in you, and it's very simple to trust Jesus Christ. All you have to do is believe. All you have to do is ask Jesus in, and he will come in. But you have two choices. You can either say yes to Jesus or no to Jesus. You can either say, yes, I want to follow you. I want you in my life, and I want to shine so bright for others can see. I want to fill my heart with you, and I don't want to be empty. Or you can say, no, I don't want you in my life. Leave me alone. I'm happy just the way I am. I heard you were mean, God. You're a mean God. And you can make up all kinds of ideas about Jesus and God as you want, but the Bible is very clear. Jesus is love, and he loves you. And he wants to come in your life, and he wants you to shine bright.